What is up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a very important video to make for you. You know I love cream of rice, and people have been asking me, like one person has asked me, how the fuck do I make it to make it actually taste nice? Because like I used to never really like cream of rice until Emma actually showed me. Wait, so technically this is kind of her recipe, so I'm gonna claim it as my own. So here we go, cream of rice. Okay, so if you are looking to gain weight, or if you're just looking for a nice treat to have when you're in your diet phase, but you don't necessarily want to spike your cravings too much, or you're just looking for a quick digesting carb source, cream of rice is a really handy one to get it in. So this is complete strength. This is the chocolate brownie flavor. So I get this from MyCoreSupplements. I'm not sponsored by them at all, nor do they ship out to Canada, but I just like their company because they sell all the things I like as well. First up, we are gonna get our vesicle, okay? A nice round bowl. All right, put the bowl on the scales, set the scales to 0. So next up, I'm gonna add 100 grams of my cream of rice. Perfect. So that is the cream of rice added to the vesicle. And now what we are gonna do is we're gonna add our salt and our baking powder. So you're gonna add in 2 grams of the salt, and then we're gonna add in our baking powder. So I'm gonna add 10 grams of this. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our boiling hot water, okay? So it's really important that you use boiling hot water because it's gonna cook better. So the way I like to use it in terms of ratios is I like to aim for a 4:1 ratio of water to cream of rice. Now, if you are dieting, you could probably volumize this up a little bit more. Like during prep, I was doing like 5:1, 6:1 ratios. When you're that hungry, you know, anything is gonna taste amazing. But if you go overboard with water, it's gonna taste way too watery. And if you do it too little, it just becomes really cake-like. So next we are basically just whisking it up to make sure there is no lumps.
Pro tip, use a whisk. Shane doesn't believe in them, but it makes a difference.
I'm a lazy man. Whisks are too hard to clean. So that is the consistency now that it's all whisked up. Now, a very important part is we're gonna put it in the microwave. If you've never done this before, I recommend microwaving it in short bursts, because if you microwave it too much, it's just gonna become, again, just extremely cake-like, and you're gonna burn a bit of the outside edges. So I'm gonna put this in for 1 minute first, and then I'm gonna check it, gonna stir, and then I'll repeat it in 30-second cycles until it's at the consistency that I want it to be. Now in the meantime, while that is in the microwave and cooking, I'm gonna chop up my dark chocolate. So cream rice, it's like pretty much any other carbohydrate source or any type of protein source. Just eating it on its own is gonna be boring as fuck, right? So we wanna add in something that is gonna make it taste nice. So this is the fat source I'll be adding in. So I'll be using 85% dark chocolate. So this is what it's like after a minute, so I'm gonna whisk up a little bit more. So still not quite at the consistency that I want it to be. I want it to be a little bit stodgier. This is just my personal preference. Wait there for another 30. Okay, so this is what it's like after the first or the second cycle of cooking. So I think it can probably do with maybe 1 more cycle, and then that should be okay. So one of the reasons you may want to kind of experiment with the shorter cycles is because on different microwaves, they're gonna have different powers. So I've used some microwaves where I put it in for like a minute and it absolutely torches the cream of rice. And there are other ones where a minute is just like not long enough. So you do have to experiment with it. Okay, so this is the consistency that I like. Okay, so it's not stodgier, just how I like it. So our next part of the puzzle, now that we have our cream of rice made, as well as our chocolate on top, we are going to make our whey paste, which is essentially is going to top it, and that's going to be our protein source, okay? Whey paste, absolutely underrated invention by bodybuilders of yore. So what this protein is Perform, the caramel biscuit flavor. So I find Perform whey, again you can get this from MyCoreSupplements. Whatever type of whey that they make the whey, it makes really good sludge. So I have 30 grams of protein here. So next up, I'm gonna get some liquid. You can use any kind of liquid here. I use coconut milk just because it's a little bit lower calorie. But you can use regular milk, you can use water if you want to be calorie free. I am going to use this 30 grams of whey. I'm going to use 50 grams of actual liquid. And next, it's stir. You can see that is the consistency of the whey paste. Okay, so now is the pièce de la résistance. So that is how to make some banging cream of rice, nice whey paste topping, as well as some dark chocolate. Now, what I'll typically do here as well is I'll typically put this in the fridge for a couple of hours. Some people like to eat it hot. I think it tastes a little bit better when it's a little bit colder, because I think when it's too hot, the actual taste from the hot water is like almost overpowers the taste of the actual cream rice itself. And then I'll add in some mixed berries as well. So I usually use raspberries, just throw those on top, and then that's pretty much it. So yeah, that is how you make perfect cream of rice. If this video is useful, make sure to like it, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Happy eating.